We on the grind, it's game time. Light shine, all eyes on the line. Every move, every play, we define. Hardy live, feeling prime. From the bench to the field, we climb. Champion rise, this our time. No fear, no limits, we prime. Bring the heat, watch it shine, This leg is on, we on grind. It's game time. Light shine, all eyes on the line. Every move, every play, we define. Heart be loud, feel the prime. From the bench to the field, we climb.
You're watching Indiana Boys High School basketball tonight on the ISC Sports Network, presented by Day and Genda Funeral Home, putting family first. Healthy communities of Clinton County, making the healthy choice the easy choice. Mulberry Telecommunications, your local hometown fiber provider. The Frankfort Eagles Post 976, people helping people. And the Willow Creek Barn, providing a picturesque setting for the barn wedding of your dreams. Tonight, it's the Seeger Patriots coming in with a 1-1 overall record in a non-conference matchup on the road at preseason number 3 and number 8, ranked Clinton Prairie. The Gophers 1-1 after having their first setback last night, 62-47 here on this floor to Sheridan. Seeger coming in off of a win last week against Lafayette Central Catholic. Alongside Kristen Hazley, I'm Rick Johnston, your broadcast crew here tonight. And so we're going to look at things here, Kristen, for Clinton Prairie. Second game in as many days, suffered their first loss of the year last night on the home floor. And it was a tough second half for the Gophers, just 7 points in each of the third and fourth quarter, trying to get more offensive production here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, tough coming off of a game last night, like you mentioned. Obviously looking to get a little bit more offensive rhythm going on than they did last night. And I think, you know, they'll be able to find some interesting mismatches in this game against Seeger. Yeah,
they led 33-29 last night at the break, and then the second half a completely different story as Sheridan able to take over that contest and pick up the W. For Seeger, 61-46 victory in the game going into the Thanksgiving break. So they've had a lot of time off as they try to get back on the winning side. I think they're trying to get above 500 tonight.
Yeah, absolutely, and they're perfectly capable of doing that in this game. You know, I think we're going to see an evenly matched game. I think we'll see, a battle for the pace, especially on offense and on the defensive side of the floor. You know, in general, I think Seeger's more equipped to compete with Clinton Prairie than they have been in the past, and I'm looking forward to a great game.
Tonight's pregame show presented by Day and Genda Funeral Home, putting family first. And our first look as you get the Gophers on the floor here going through their last couple of paces of pregame warm-ups is presented by the Willow Creek Barn, where nature's beauty meets rustic elegance. As you see the overall records there on the screen, it was a 13-point victory for Clinton Prairie a year ago. On the other side for Seeger, they're trying to get their first win since 2022 as Clinton Prairie has won the last two games. And the big story last year for the Patriots in the matchup with the Gophers, the Seeger turned it over 27 times last year on their home floor. They cannot have that again if they want to try to snap this two-game losing skid to CP.
No, absolutely not. And, you know, Jack Cole, their point guard, is going to play a big part in that. Can he handle the pressure from Clinton Prairie's defense? You know, we'll see them in their typical zone most likely, but with that being said, can he limit those turnovers and make the smart plays and smart passes?
They went boxing one last night against Sheridan. They kind of had a couple of miscommunications, and that's what really led to things for Sheridan. Let's take a look at your keys to victory tonight, Kristen, presented by Tier 1 Meat Company, where every cut is elite and every customer is family.
Yeah, I think these keys are really going to be up to both teams. Number one, set the tempo. We mentioned that. Both of these teams are going to look to push the pace offensively. If you look at the rosters, obviously Clinton Prairie has a bit of a height advantage in this matchup. So can they find some of those bigs in transition quickly? Number two, limit turnovers. You kind of beat me to it there beat me to it, Rick. But again, Jack Cole had a lot of turnovers in this last matchup. Can he limit those, find some teammates in open areas, and make the smart play against that box and one? And finally, crash the glass. As usual, second chance opportunities have to be limited on each defensive end, and I think the advantage goes to maybe which side can find a few more offensive second chances.
That kind of did Clinton Prairie in a couple of times last night against Sheridan, particularly in key stretches there in that second half as the Blackhawks were able to, as we mentioned, limit Clinton Prairie to a lot of one-and-dones, just 14 points total in that entire second half for last year's Class A state runners-up, the Clinton Prairie Gophers, as they won their first regional and first semi-state championships in school history. That team was honored with their state runner-up rings last night before the contest against Sheridan, the home opener. Home game number 2 about to get underway here against Seeger, a matchup of two teams 1-1 trying to get back above 500 here on a Saturday night in the great state of Indiana. We're back with the starting lineups and the opening tip-off next here on the ISC Sports Network.
At Wampler's Disposal and Recycling, we take pride in offering waste management for commercial and residential clients. As an industry leader, Wampler's Disposal and Recycling brings the most professional and responsive collection service in the business. Since 1948, our family-owned and operated company has provided excellent service at competitive rates. We offer container rentals as well. Our longevity in the industry is a testament to our excellent service. We serve all of Clinton, Tippecanoe, Boone, Howard, and Carroll counties. For all your waste removal needs, call Wampler Services Incorporated today. You can reach us at 765-659-3721. Visit us online at wamplerservicesinc.com.
The Willow Creek Barn has been voted the best of weddings on the Knot for 4 years running. The Willow Creek Barn has earned its reputation for a reason. With breathtaking grounds, a stunning barn, and a staff that goes above and beyond, making sure that every detail is perfect, your wedding day will be seamless, joyful, and unforgettable. From the first look to the last dance, your happily ever after starts here. To book your dream wedding, visit thewillowcreekbarn.com.
Healthy Communities of Clinton County is committed to reduce the risk factors contributing to chronic disease, including health disparities by decreasing stigma and encouraging positive changes. HCCC is here for the community with systems of care navigators, insurance assistance, prenatal classes, mental health programs, substance use prevention, and more. To help make the healthy choice the easy choice, contact us at 659-6063 or through our website, healthyclintoncounty.org.
If you haven't signed up for Mintel Fiber Optic Internet from Mulberry Telecommunications, then you're missing out. We have various packages to choose from and speeds up to a gig. Not to mention each package includes a Wi-Fi 6 wireless router and access to our Mintel Smart Home app, giving you complete control of your network backed by our award-winning customer service. Go ahead and dance till your heart's content in whatever reality you want, even if it's virtual. Mulberry Telecommunications offering the best gig in town. Sign up today at Mintel.net and experience the Mintel difference.
Tonight's starting lineups are presented by Ardente Dental. Healthy smiles start here. First for the 1-1 Seeger Patriots in the road blue tonight under the direction of their first-year head coach, Pat Cole. 6-foot junior wearing number 3 is Jack Cole. He's averaging about 9 points per game, and he's the team leader in assists this season for the Patriots. Number 14 is a 6-foot senior, Peyton Grimmett, averaging 5 points and almost 5 rebounds per game. Another junior, Mason Hughes, wearing number 15. He's 5'10", second leading scorer and the team leader in three-point baskets. Garrett Cooksey is wearing number 32. He's a 5'11 junior, third in points and tied for the team lead in assists with Cole. And Jake Saltz, their leading scorer at 16 points. He's also their leading rebounder at 19 boards per game. He's a 6-foot junior, and he's wearing number 33. Lights go dark here at CP. That means it's time to meet the starting lineups for the home team, the third-ranked Gophers. They come in 1-1 under the leadership of 7th-year head coach Chad Peckinpah. It's their same starting lineup they've had in the first 2 games of the year. Number 3, Evan Smock, who poured in 16 points, second on the team last night in the loss here to Sheridan. Sophomore Jamin Crick, 5'7", scored 3 points. He had 7 points against Frankfurt the other night. Nick Ewing, 6-foot senior. He was mainly a defensive guy last night in that box and one. He was the one in the box and one. He's a 6-foot senior. He also put in 4 points last evening. Nick Curtin, their leading scorer on the year at 18.5 per ball game, had 18, including 10 in the first half last night. He's a 6-foot senior for the Gophers. And last but not least, Hunter Haynes, 6'5 senior, wears number 24, was held scoreless last night against Sheridan. But the Gophers will need his interior presence here tonight against Seeger. As Kristen mentioned earlier, the Gophers, the taller team out of the bunch tonight, so they're trying to be real physical here from the jump and establish their dominance early. Yeah,
and we talked to Coach Cole earlier on this week, and he actually liked some of the mismatches that he could get with Garrett Cooksey against someone like Nick Curtin or Hunter Haynes, and some of that inside-out play that they can take advantage of as the smaller side. You know, I still think, obviously, advantage goes Clinton Prairie on the boards in that case, but another thing Coach Cole said is they've got a lot of high motor guys that just do not give up on the ball very easily. So I really think it's a toss-up as far as, height versus effort on this one.
Tonight's officials presented by Wampler's Disposal Service and Recycling, where recycling makes sense. Mr. Matt Miller, Mr. Mike Harlow, and Mr. Sean Laux are officials here tonight. We mentioned earlier in our first look, Seeger fell 54-41 on their home floor. That dynamic Clinton Prairie crew a year ago. In the last 40 years, a narrow matchup between these two clubs. Narrow lead in the all-time series. 24th meeting tonight. Clinton Prairie leads 12-11. wins to 11 losses. Opening tap controlled by the Gophers. Curtin slashes, lost it on the way up in good hands there from Seeger as the Patriots get their first possession of the night. So it was a box-and-one last night with Ewing, the spectacled one at the top of your screen. Now more of a 3-2 zone, or now maybe a little 2-1-2 action here for Clinton Prairie.
Yeah, and Coach Cole knew they'd see a couple different looks out of that zone, and that's what they're trying to avoid right there, is allowing those easy entries into the post for an easy, nice layup.
Nick Ewing on the foul. Take there by Peyton Grimmett. And Coach Cole told us earlier this week, plays extremely hard, a football guy like Jake Saltz. Can't convert on the free throw attempt there, but nice bucket there on the first possession of the game for the Patriots. They lead 2-zip, and now they go to a little bit of a zone trap look here.
Yeah, a little bit of a 2-1-2 half-court press there.
Spotting for a three. Off target was Smock. Curtin over everybody for the rebound. Can't get the putback from point-blank range. Second time, though, works.
And right away, we're seeing Nick Curtin being able to dominate on the offensive glass, finding his own rebound there.
Almost fumbled out of bounds. Picked up on the baseline there by the deflecting Evan Smock. Smock 3 of 8 from downtown last night, had 14 in the first half to pace Clinton Prairie offensively as they led at the break last night before that lead evaporated. So actually Jackson Miller getting the start here tonight for the Gophers in place of Hunter Haynes. Miller had 6 points on 2 threes last night. Floating it in the other end, Mason Hughes for Seeger.
That's a great finish by Hughes, and that's his bread and butter right there, that nice little mid-range shot, and nice for them to get it in transition as well.
Point guard is Crick. Miller, stop and pop three, no good. And 2 Patriots there coming down for the miss. That one is Saltz as he battled Grimmett for the rebound. Spin move, trying to go up and under. Now a nice dish off the Grimmett. Kick out, wide open, Jack Cole three ball.
That's a great look there by Seeger. The Coach Cole said they're almost oversharing the ball at this point in the season, and you see there the dump to the kick out to Cole for 3. It's an excellent look, and he's wide open.
Slow moving forward here for Clinton Prairie. Curtin tries his hand at a corner 3, and that is right down the hatch. Easy money for Nick Curtin.
Said, I see your 3, and I'll raise you one of my own.
He's got all 5 of the points here for Clinton Prairie, but Mason Hughes, it's a 3-point fest. The last 3 have been made from both sides.
Turning into a little bit of a shootout early on here in the first quarter.
Hughes is a sophomore, made 40% of his threes a year ago. This year, pacing Seeger with 5 made triples here in game number 3. Touch pass to Smock, and everybody's making it rain in Clinton Prairie. 4 made threes, 2 for each team.
Well, man, if this keeps up, you got to wonder which coach is going to change out of the zone first, because right now both teams shooting the lights out from behind the arc.
Hughes with the miss. Ewing exits. Hunter Haynes in here for the Gophers. Clinton Prairie averaging 49 points per game through their first 2. Again, held to just 47 last night. Seeger, meanwhile, putting up 63 through their first 2 showings this year. Lost a tough one the first time out by 5 to Crawfordsville before defeating Lafayette Central Catholic last week by 15. Diving on the baseline for the loose ball with the Patriots. Good hustle there from Saltz. Stays with Clinton Prairie.
Yeah, you see the 6'5" Hunter Haynes entering the game there, and obviously just sticks out a little bit like a sore thumb to be the target on the post.
Catch and shoot 3, no good from Smock. Long rebound tapped out here to Crick. Nice bluff, and there's Curtin just sashaying his way in and goes off the window.
And that's what you've got to do against that zone that Seeger is playing. Find a way to penetrate into the paint. He does a nice job there of keeping it on his own and finishing through the contact.
5 unanswered for Seegers. They've tied our game at 10. For the baseline, back up top. Hughes, a catch and shoot 3, and he's made 2 out of his 3 triple tries.
Well, that's big for Seeger right there. If you can continue to make that 3 ball, you're going to force Clinton Prairie to extend out of that zone.
Hughes averaging just 10 per night. He already has 8 with 4 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Seeger still sitting in that zone. Remember, Clinton Prairie struggled from the 3-point last night, or actually they did pretty well from the 3 last night, made 44%, 8 of 18, but didn't hit them late when they needed them. Pass tapped out to the wing. They wanted to find Smock. Scooped up by Hughes all the way to the other end. Can't get the roll. Tapped back, put back up and home for Cooksey.
Brilliant hustle play there by Cooksey. Doesn't give up on the rebound there, but it's the active hands of Mason Hughes on the defensive end that leads to the transition bucket.
Up and down we go here at Clinton Prairie on a Saturday night. Crick. Open Miller. That's dangerous for Seeger, and the sharpshooter freshman makes him pay.
Now that's the freshman there for Clinton Prairie. Leave him open, and he's going to take that look as you see a beautiful elevation. Nice arc on that shot. Nothing but the bottom of the net.
Spinning back from trouble, Cooksey. Pass deflected in. This one intercepted by Curtin, and a foul in the backcourt here against Seeger. That's on Grimmett, number 1 on him. Tonight's game is brought to you by the Frankfort Eagles, Post 976, serving our community since 1905. With over 900 members locally, the Frankfort Eagles offers something for everyone. For more information on who they are and what they do, please visit FOE.com or stop by 408 North Main Street in Frankfort.
And I think Seeger's doing a really nice job on the defensive end right now, just denying any easy entries into some of those forwards. And that's what you're seeing. They're settling for a lot of outside shots.
Cohen Bales is checked in, and a 3 good for Evan Smock, and that forces a Seeger timeout. Second 3 of the opening quarter for Smock, and Pat Cole not happy for the Patriots.
No, and it's just a slow rotation over there, and it's Peyton Ford that's just a little late coming over from the center, but I mean, I just had said, they're forcing him into the outside shots. That's fine for Clinton Prairie as long as they keep shooting at that clip.
Gophers have made 4 of their 7 threes here tonight so far. Tonight's game is brought to you by Dan Genda Funeral Home with locations in Frankfort, Flora, Mulberry, and Rossville. The compassionate and experienced staff at Dan Genda Funeral Home are dedicated to providing a loving and genuine environment for you to honor your loved one. For more information on our services and community involvement, please visit dayandgenda.com. Day and Genda Funeral Homes, where we put family first. 6-0 burst here for Clinton Prairie after falling behind by 5, thanks to the 3-point shots of the Gophers. Again, shot a good percentage last night at 44%, but it's kind of missed some timely ones late, particularly when Sheridan was stretching that lead out in the second half.
And that's, all what this game is going to be about. Obviously, basketball, a game of runs. Can you withstand them and get a few solid possessions down there to break up the momentum?
Peyton Ford has entered here for Seeger. Also a new man in, Cohen Bales, who checked in during a timeout a couple moments ago here for CP. Ewing back on the floor as well. And a blocking foul called against Hunter Haynes, who remains on the floor here for Clinton Prairie.
And you see out of the timeout, Clinton Prairie already extending a bit out of that typical box and one, trying to put some pressure on the ball handler right away. It was Hunter Haynes there, just a little bit too much with the body, gets called for the body check foul there.
Miller back in for Clinton Prairie to get Curtin. Curtin with an early 7, 6 for Smock, top scorers for Clinton Prairie, 8 for Mason Hughes, leading the way for Seeger. Ford in trouble. Triple team trying to find help, finds it in the corner. Jack Cole, corner 3 into the corner pocket.
That's Jack Cole again, spotting up in the corner, and it's great court awareness by Seeger there. You see he gets the triple team on him. Cole does and dishes it back out. It was Ford there getting the triple team, and then the dish to Cole for the 3-point.
30-second timeout for Clinton Prairie with 2:11 remaining here in the first. Tonight's game presented by Healthy Communities of Clinton County. Healthy Communities of Clinton County offers free navigation services for all pregnant women. The licensed nurse is available to help you with free pregnancy tests and prenatal vitamins, insurance assistance, prenatal appointment assistance, smoking or vaping cessation, breastfeeding, labor, delivery, safe sleep, car seat, and newborn care education. Call Libby at 765-659-6063 for more information today. 2-point lead here for Seeger. Coming out of the Wabash River Conference. Last year went 13-12, lost in the sectional title game to Western Boone. And Pat Cole, hired back in May, has a lot of experience on the girls basketball side, was the Attica varsity head coach right after they won the state title in 2001. As Smock's 3 is off the back of the heel, Haynes couldn't gather it in. Cole also spent 4 years as the head coach of the girls team at Benton Central. CP unable to get some points out of their own timeout. Ford shakes, tight ropes the baseline, and reverses it in. Nicely done by Peyton Ford.
Yeah, well done. Great court awareness there by Peyton Ford. Sees the defender closing out and realizes he can go baseline with no one rotating over. An excellent reverse layup for the finish.
Some pressure in the backcourt. Forces Clinton Prairie to throw it off the foot of Ford. As Nick Curtin back in here for Clinton Prairie.
Pretty quiet
and Reed
first half.
Despennett, yeah.
Yep, so our pretty quiet first half from some of the Clinton Prairie big men. Haven't seen much. Curtin, a few touches here and there, but I really thought they would try and get it down into that block and dominate the paint a little bit more.
Curtin on the wing, back to Crick, who reverses course. Lob backside, and they overthrew Curtin, who was cutting in unabated. A nice attempt there from Smock, who now has a couple of words for the end of the Seeger bench. Saltz gets pressured from Crick right near the timeline as CP really pressing out here on their zone defense here tonight. Despennett, hounded by Smock. Long pass to the front court and Ford. Saltz, one more in the corner. Despennett, three, perfect.
How about that for Despennett, just getting into the game and finding himself a little spot-up three there. And you mentioned, you see Clinton Prairie here just throwing on the double. Typically that means there's obviously going to be someone open, and that time it's Despennett from behind the three.
Traveling violation of the backcourt by Jamin Crick. A costly turnover with less than a minute to play in the first here for CP. Despennett, by the way, had not made a single shot here in his freshman season until right there was 0 of 5 and 0 of 2 from 3. How long does Seeger want to hold on to this one? Saltz threw it off the rim, couldn't find his intended man. Crick holds on his hip. Game clock down to single digits. Clinton Prairie turn it over, could have held for the final shot. Despennett heaves it up. He could have waited a little bit longer, but the putback goes and count it for Jake Saltz.
How about that? Despennett, the freshman, just a little rush there. Has 2 seconds still, and it's Saltz with the follow-up. Well done there by Seeger. And they took that first quarter and ran with it.
They were trailing 16-15. They close on a 10-0 run and lead by 9 at the break.
I brought you a present. A book.
Follow the adventures of the Ardente Dental team as they fight cavities, gum disease, and create beautiful, healthy smiles.
Inconceivable.
Hello, my name is Dr. Snyder. You cause cavities. Prepare to die.
Inconceivable.
To make your smile look straight and fine, our braces per month are just $1.99.
Inconceivable.
You keep using that word, I do not think it means what you think it means.
Have fun at Ardente Dental.
We've all heard the question, if a tree falls in the forest, does it make a sound? Honestly, we're not sure either. But what we do know is that if it falls in your yard, it usually leaves behind an unsightly stump that you'll be stuck mowing around. At JXN Stump Solutions, we'll get rid of that stump for good, and here's the best part. We offer free estimates, so you'll know the cost before the work begins. We deliver quality work from a professional, locally owned company with a commitment to leaving your property cleaner, safer, and stump-free. Contact us today at 242-9523. At JXN Stump Solutions, we're rooted in service and driven to remove.
Game of runs, like Kristen mentioned in the first quarter, it was incredibly evident as well as Clinton Prairie head coach Chad Peckinpah unhappy with something with a couple of our officials here. Not sure if he thought that the ball was still in the hands of Saltz, who tried to guide in who was guiding in the miss from Despennett. But after trailing 16-15, it was a 10 unanswered run for Seeger, and they've got a 9-point clearance here as we get ready to start quarter number 2.
Yeah, Seeger found some hot shooting to get him going in the first quarter, and then defensively just more active hands than Clinton Prairie, really forcing the turnovers onto Clinton Prairie in that first quarter.
Ewing with the steal, 5 starters back on the floor here for the Gophers. Ewing in the middle of that zone, trying to get the offense back stable here for CP. The point guard, Jamin Crick, tries a 3 that was unsuccessful. Offensive board for the Gophers. Smock, his shot recycled. Peyton Ford getting the start here in the second stanza. Off to Cole, sidestep 3. Nice job to keep that left pivot foot down. As Ford goes baseline, got to 2 feet. Suspended for a 3. Oh,
hey!
He banked it in off the high glass.
The bank is open on this Saturday evening for Despenet. Again, a nice kick out. You see the double team. Despenet's open behind the 3, and just a little bit of adrenaline going there maybe for the freshman.
Trying to answer is Smock, and he does. 9 points for Evan Smocks on 3 of 6 3-point shooting. Not bad for Despenet. Again, missed his first 5 shots of his varsity career for the freshman. He's gone 2 for 2 out of the gate here tonight at Clinton Prairie. He holds here and now is starting to draw more attention from the Gopher defense. Turns it over on the bad pass. Crick, Miller, Despenet to challenge, and he draws the foul.
Yeah, finally seeing a little bit of a transition game there from Clinton Prairie, and I mean, hard to do that off of a make, obviously, so credit Seeger for being extremely efficient on their trips down the court, but Clinton Prairie there finally making the way into a bit of transition game, and it'll be Jackson Miller heading to the line for 2.
Tonight's game presented by the Willow Creek Barn. Attention all engaged couples, discover why the Willow Creek Barn has been voted the Knott's Best of Weddings for 4 years in a row. Nestled just outside Frankfort, Indiana, our venue offers stunning indoor and outdoor ceremony options with breathtaking photo opportunities. We provide the perfect backdrop for your dream barn wedding. To start planning your unforgettable day, visit thewillowcreekbarn.com. Miller did not get to the line last night in the loss at Sheridan, misses both. And a couple of points left there that could have cut into this deficit here for Clinton Prairie. Ford attacks that baseline once again as he was pivoting away from the double team of Ewing and Curtin. He stepped on the baseline.
Yeah, you just cannot pick up your dribble right there along the baseline, especially against this trap zone that Clinton Prairie's kind of shifted into. Anytime the ball stops, they're going to seize on that as an opportunity to double team.
Seeger with some backcourt pressure, and they're stepping right in the passing lane. One-handed intercept by Cole. Does not have numbers, so now he waits for reinforcements. Saltz, down low feed. Stolen in the backcourt. It's a 30-19 lead here for Seeger. So it looks like Logan Anderson wearing number 21 tonight as he got that bucket.
Yeah, and it was great awareness there just to slip into the inside on the paint, and sometimes tough to finish when you're right there under the hoop. He does a nice job there of finding the backboard and laying it in for 2.
Saltz picks up the rock. 11-point lead here for Seeger. Their biggest tonight. Saltz open for a 3, heaves it up and drained it.
It's big time from Jake Saltz there. We've seen now Seeger score a variance of ways as you see the kick out there, and hey, you don't want to step to him. He'll go ahead and drain that right in your face. Well done there by Seeger.
Layup from Smock, no good. Ford circus layup couldn't go. Then bodies tumbling everywhere for Seeger. Saltz couldn't get it home. Now it's a 3-on-1 for the Gophers. Lob to Curtin, who couldn't flush.
That's going to kill Chad Peckinpah right there. You got an easy lay-in, and you try and do something flashy there.
This could really hurt. Ford 3, back rim. But look at the big fella Grimmett soaring out to get that one as Anderson tried to save it, and he traveled.
How about the effort there? I mean, Seeger diving all over the place. We saw 3 of their players in the paint on the floor previously. They're not going down. This is going to be a big fight for the night.
Full timeout for Clinton Prairie and Chad Peckinpah as they trail by a game-high 14. Tonight's game presented in part by Tier 1 Meat Company. At Tier 1 Meat Company, we take pride in delivering locally sourced premium beef and pork, the kind of meat that honors the land, respects the craft, and fuels families with real flavor. From custom processing to mission-ready catering, We bring the firepower to elevate every meal and every moment. Founded by veterans, every cut is elite and every customer is family. Step into Tier 1 at 128 West Catherine Street in Flora or visit us online at tier1meatco.com. Just 3 points for Clinton Prairie here in this second quarter. They got a 3-point basket. They were able to cut that deficit to 28-19, but since then it has been all offense here for Seeger.
Yeah, and they're just doing a better job of taking care of the ball. You would almost say Clinton Prairie's having the easier looks on the other end, but Seeger is just doing an excellent job of moving the ball around that zone and finding the weak spot. They're not in any rush to try and take a bad shot, and it's showing based on this scoreline right now.
Scoring for the Patriots, 2 for Ford, 6 for Cole on a couple of threes, 2 for Anderson, 2 for Grimmett, 8 for Mason Hughes, all coming in the first. Despendit with the banked-in 3 to go with his first quarter 3. And a back tap there and another steal here for Seeger. They turned it over almost 30 times last year here against Clinton Prairie on their home floor. And they are taking their lunch money here tonight here in 2025.
Definitely turning the tables tonight, and it's coming down to hustle. They've got active hands. They're reading the passing lanes. They're giving Clinton Prairie a lot of issues on the defensive end.
Smock walks out. Cooksey operating here for the Patriots. Cole, free throw line extended, fumbling it, getting it back is Hughes. And thankfully for him, no one in white could pick it up for CP. .point lead, the biggest of the night here for the Pats. As they go all the way to the backcourt, and Cole walks it up. Did he take too much time? Our official calls time.
Maybe a clock issue.
Yeah, they might not have started the clock in time, potentially. We had some gremlins in our clock last night here at Clinton Prairie.
Not the gremlins.
You know, sometimes the hamster jumps off the wheel, and you got to coast him back on to help out the cause. And hopefully we got the hamster back on the wheel. It looks like we do. Gremlin's never good, though, inside your scoreboard, particularly with the clock operator. Because then every eyeball's just staring at him going, "Sir, why is the clock not working?"
I have been that person a few times.
It's the worst, isn't it?
It is.
Curtin goes in with reckless abandon and draws a blocking foul and draws an opportunity at the line as he went right through Anderson's chest.
Yeah, let's take a replay here. We finally see Clinton Prairie in transition. Yeah, I couldn't quite tell if the feet were all the way set. Looked to be in good position. Maybe still moving back a little bit there. Tough call, but he'll go to the line for that first shot for the 3rd point.
Curtin with an excellent free throw stroke. 3-point play brings the Gophers to within 11. He's in double figures with 10. Nice baseline cut. Hughes, corner 3 ball. Long on the try was Anderson.
And this is where Clinton Prairie needs to take advantage. Seeger shooting going a little bit cold. This is kind of their opportunity to get back into this one.
Cole almost tapped it away and had a fast break the other way. Instead, numbers for Clinton Prairie. Corner 3, Curtin. But an offensive foul goes against the Gophers. That goes against Hunter Haynes, his second, as he coming off the bench tonight.
Yeah, and that'll probably put him back on the bench, I would think, until halftime here. Typically that might be a bit of a bigger loss for Clinton Prairie at 6'5", Hunter Haynes, but again, not a lot of interior post play so far for the Gophers.
Anderson checks out for Seeger. As Schultz is back on the floor along with Grimmett. Here for Seeger. Bales lost his shoe, got it back. CP, and there's patented zone defense. Grimmett wanted to go back to Schultz, poked away by Curtin, but then restolen by Seeger. But then they throw into traffic, and Ewing able to pick the pocket. Baseline Haynes tied up, threw it right in front to Mason Hughes, who intercepted another turnover for Clinton Prairie in the first half. And Schultz got into the body of Smock, extended the arm, but they whistle Smock for a blocking violation. And those wearing red not happy about that.
Yeah, it's a tough one. Could go either way there. But, that last trip down the court for Clinton Prairie, you see him get a nice entry pass into the post. But, Seeger just counters that with a double team right away.
Thrown away on the inbound. Ewing had a wide open layup. It was knocked out of his hands by the trailing defender. It looked to be Cooksey who sprinted back as Ewing had a wide open layup before Cooksey came out of nowhere. It was Cooksey that knocked her free.
And how about that? This Pat Cole team just hustles. They are, we were talking to him earlier this week, and I think he used the high motor to describe just about every single one of his players.
Something he wants his team to be known for throughout there. We asked about the identity of the team. Salts can't dial it in from distance. Reverse try put back from Grimmett was unsuccessful. And now Smock being hounded in the backcourt.
And this is what, Seeger can do, is put some pressure on you on the backcourt when you haven't gotten into that transition game. You're giving them the chance to put pressure on you.
Bales, three, nope. Salts floats to a wide open Hughes, and he continues to cook from three. How about 3 of 4 from downtown?
That's a pretty good clip there for Mason Hughes, and I would say he's got the ultimate green light at this point. It's a nice little skip pass, and he just needs that bit of a window to get that shot off.
Bales dared to shoot, takes the dare, misses. Another miss from Bales for 3, and Seeger out of the gate. Cooksey fouled on the take on the floor. And that's number 3 on the Gophers here in the second. Goes on Bales, first on him. Mulberry Telecommunications offers high-speed fiber optic internet, streaming TV, and telephone solutions. We're a local telecommunications cooperative that's been serving Clinton and Tippecanoe County for over 120 years. Now that we've expanded our services into Carroll County, we're excited to join your neighborhood and welcome you to our fiberhood. Learn more at www.mintel.net or call 765-296-2885. And a rattled-in 3. Guess who? Mason Hughes.
Man, at that time, he even had time to put a pass fake in there. I think he was surprised he was left so wide open, especially after the last trip.
14 for Hughes. He's made his last 3 triples in a row as an entry pass to the post deflected out by the big fella Grimmett.
And a lot of deflections here for the Seeger defense, and it's just, not quite as good as a turnover, but, you're really preventing Clinton Prairie from getting into any sort of offensive rhythm.
Seeger shooting 9 of 13 from three-point range here in the first half as they lead by a game-high 17. Ewing in the middle of the zone. Miller, an excellent three-point shooter, and he cashes in.
Great look from Miller. They needed that one there. A little bit cold from behind the arc tonight, but Miller's shooting it well.
Cooksey cannot answer. Only Gophers there, but then almost some friendly fire. Curtin and Haynes almost took it away from each other. And with 30 ticks of the clock left, it's Clinton Prairie looking to hold for the last shot.
Yeah, they tried to do this in the first quarter and ended up turning the ball over there to Seeger. So, again, can you take care of the ball, especially in these sorts of end-of-clock situations?
Smock being hounded by Ford and Cole. Now he goes with 6. Miller on the baseline in trouble. Deflected, saved, turning, heaving, and Curtin couldn't dunk it in right before the end of the half as there was some chaos there at the end of our opening 16 minutes. But after one half of play, it's Seeger 39, Clinton Prairie 25. We're back with the halftime show next. You're watching Indiana Boys High School basketball on the ISC Sports Network.
Frankfort Eagles 976, serving with the community since 1905. With over 900 members locally, Frankfort Eagles offers something for everyone. Golf leagues, bingo, concerts, kid parties, cookouts, and more. For more information on who we are and what we do, visit FOE.com or stop by Frankfort Eagles at 408 North Main Street, Frankfort, Indiana.
The Willow Creek Barn has been voted the best of weddings on the knot for 4 years running. The Willow Creek Barn has earned its reputation for a reason. With breathtaking grounds, a stunning barn, and a staff that goes above and beyond, making sure that every detail is perfect, your wedding day will be seamless, joyful, and unforgettable. From the first look to the last dance, your happily ever after starts here. To book your dream wedding, visit thewillowcreekbarn.com.
Day and Genda Funeral Home, proudly putting family first, strives to care and honor the families of Clinton and Carroll County in ways that share the loved one's story. In our effort to serve your family at the highest of quality, we have added our own crematories, one for your loved one and another crematory for your furry family members. Contact us for information on how we can serve your family. Day and Gender Funeral Home, putting family first.
In this town, game day starts long before kickoff. It's the work behind the scenes that makes champions. At Tier 1 Meat Company, we prep with the same focus, discipline, and pride as the hometown heroes we feed. From our block to your block, fuel every victory. Tier 1 Meat Company. Mission, feed the fans. Standard, champion quality. Scan the QR code for a game day upgrade.
Halftime here at Clinton Prairie High School. Seeger led 25-16 at the break. They outscore Clinton Prairie 14-9 in that second quarter, leading by 14, matching their a couple points off of their biggest lead of the half at 17 when they led 39-27. Rick and Kristen back here with you at the break. Thoughts on the first half overall?
I mean, credit Seeger. They came out and they dictated the tempo from the beginning, really limited Clinton Prairie's opportunities in transition, which is one thing the Gophers have traditionally done really well, especially against a team like Seeger. I mean, to me, it's come down to hustle. I think Seeger has gone after every 50-50 ball. They've competed with, guys that are 3-4 inches taller than them, and they're not getting out-rebounded or out-hustled at all. And obviously, shooting the lights out helps a little bit there for Seeger, but credit them for doing just about everything right in that first half.
Yeah, Seeger shot 9 of 14 from 3 in that first half. They have been shooting the ball beautifully with Cole and Hughes and Dispinet, all with multiple three-point baskets. Here, first half thoughts are presented by the Willow Creek Bar, where nature's beauty meets rustic elegance. On the other side, for Clinton Prairie, they got 9 from Smock, 10 from Curtin, but they're still struggling to find some other people to kind of join the party that Smock and Curtin are throwing every night.
Yeah, and part of it is the defense that Seeger's been playing. Very active hands. They're getting into all of the passing lanes, and Clinton Prairie is still just going with that first option instead of maybe working it around a little bit, trying to find some more high-quality shots. We saw them take a lot of three-pointers, which is okay. They made quite a few, but can you get the ball into the post? Can you work it around, maybe find a more open shot? And that's what Seeger's been doing on the other end. And so Clinton Prairie's just been really limited in any sort of offensive rhythm that they've been able to get.
As you mentioned, biggest lead of the first half for Seeger was 17 points. The biggest lead for Clinton Prairie was 1. They were up 16-15, and then after that, it was a 10-0 run by Seeger to close the opening quarter. More halftime coverage next here on the ISC Sports Network.
Welcome to Trinity Hope Center. Here we are actively engaged in our recovery community with a multitude of activities including peer recovery coaching, a full computer lab, grief groups, relapse prevention, pre- and postnatal support group, educational workshops for family members with addicted loved ones, expungent workshops, parent cafes, Saturday pro-social activities, recovery walk club, book club, and even video game nights. For more information, give us a call at 765-250-1845.
Meet Henry. Henry is hip. Henry loves the new Mintel TV streaming app. And check out Helen. With features like Cloud DVR, Restart, and Look Back TV, Helen never misses her favorite shows. And this is Bob. Bob can't contain his excitement for the new Mintel TV streaming app. Bob is proving that you actually can teach an old dog new tricks. What do you say, Bob? Does the Mintel TV app get a thumbs up? All right, Bobby-o. Mintel TV, the next generation of awesome. Upgrade today.
Halftime from Clinton Prairie, home team down 39-25 at the break. Let's jump into our halftime highlights, and they are presented by Mulberry Telecommunications, the best gig in town. It was back and forth early on here, Kristen, and a nice early bucket on an aggressive take from Grimmett.
Yeah, and you'll see obviously a lot of nice shooting here, but you'll also see, some of the defense Seeger's been able to play. You'll see some of those active hands. You'll see some of the steals into the transition game they've been able to make here. Quickly getting the defensive rebound and heading to the other end as fast as they can. And Seeger's just been all over the place offensively. What they're doing excellently as drawing that Clinton Prairie, whether it's the two-man trap that we've seen a lot of the first half from Clinton Prairie, or whether it's just that zone. They're doing an excellent job of attacking into the heart of it and then kicking it out for some of those open threes to people like Mason Hughes and Jake Saltz.
This is the stretch in that first quarter where the two teams made 4 threes in a row on 4 straight trips. Smock, one of his 3 first-half triples, as he went 3 of 6. You saw Curtin's in there as well. This is where Clinton Prairie tried to hang around a little bit. Curtin, the head fake, there's the Euro that he was so good at last night against Sheridan, a tough basket for 2. As Curtin had 10 first-half points to lead the way for Clinton Prairie. But there's that Hughes fella. Made his first 3 of the night, missed the second. He made 3 in a row, 4 of 5 from distance for a first-half leading 14 for the junior Mason Hughes.
Yeah, and there it's just the hustle play by Garrett Cooksey on the board. And you know, I have to say Seeger has been playing with such a high basketball IQ that they're able to make that extra pass. They know they're very composed on the ball. When you send that trap at them, they're going to continue to move it around. And you see Clinton Prairie doing a little bit of that here and there, whether it's the inside to the out game. But here again, sees the triple team, just kicks it out, boom, three-pointer from the corner. Preferred shot for Seeger there. And again, it's usually a skip pass to a drive to either a kick. You know, there he gets baseline, able to go with the nice reverse layup. But in general, Seeger's just doing an excellent job of taking what Clinton Prairie is giving them.
That's the first 3 of the night for Reed Dispinet. And then just wait for the banker coming up right here.
A little bit of excitement there from the freshman.
Above the square.
Yeah, chuckled himself a little bit, I think, at that one. But, you know, it was Evan Smock trying to keep Clinton Prairie in this. And he did shoot pretty well from behind the arc there in the first half.
It was 3 of 6 from 3 for all 9 of his points, but a triple try there from Saltz for his 3 of his 5 in the first half. But Hughes again, when he was left open, he knocked him down. And his head coach Pat Colson, he's probably our best spot-up shooter, and he showed why in those first 16 minutes. Right there, you mentioned it in live time. Fake pass, you bite, I'm going to let her fly and get 3 more.
Yeah, and that's back-to-back. So, I mean, trips to the floor, and they just left Hughes open there. He probably didn't even need to throw in the pass fake there, but he did anyway, gave himself a little bit of a second. And, again, you leave him that wide open, he's got to make you pay.
Halftime at Clinton Prairie. Seeger on top, 39-25. Trying to snap their 2-game losing skid here to the Gophers of the last couple of seasons. We'll come back with second-half adjustments and the start of the second half after this on the ISC Sports Network.
The Willow Creek Barn has been voted the best of weddings on the knot for 4 years running. The Willow Creek Barn has earned its reputation for a reason. With breathtaking grounds, a stunning barn, and a staff that goes above and beyond, making sure that every detail is perfect, your wedding day will be seamless, joyful, and unforgettable. From the first look to the last dance, your happily ever after starts here. To book your dream wedding, visit thewillowcreekbarn.com.
At Wampler's Disposal and Recycling, we take pride in offering waste management for commercial and residential clients. As an industry leader, Wampler's Disposal and Recycling brings the most professional and responsive collection service in the business. Since 1948, our family-owned and operated company has provided excellent service at competitive rates. We offer container rentals as well. Our longevity in the industry is a testament to our excellent service. We serve all of Clinton, Tippecanoe, Boone, Howard, and Carroll counties. For all your waste removal needs, call Wampler Services Incorporated today. You can reach us at 765-659-3721. Visit us online at wamplerservicesinc.com.
Second half adjustments are brought to you tonight by JXN Stump Solutions, rooted in service, driven to remove. And right now, Clinton Prairie trying to remove themselves from this 14-point hole. Kristen, how did they do it?
Yeah, not insurmountable by any means. 14 points is a quick run in the game of basketball, right? I think Clinton Prairie needs to go back to keeping it simple, right? Take what the defensive Seeger is giving you, whether that's in the post, whether that is the mid-range shot. I think they just maybe make one more pass, find the open shot. Whether it's in the post, you've got the height advantage, and Seeger's doing a great job of denying any easy entry passes into some of those forwards. For Seeger, not many notes on this point. They played a great first half, active hands in the defensive end. I guess just keep doing what you're doing. And that would be my message if I'm Coach Cole.
Seeger as a team came into the night shooting 35% from 3. They were 9 of 14 in the first half. Tonight's game presented by Wampler's Disposal Service and Recycling as Curtin lays it in to start this second half. Wamplers is a place where recycling always makes sense. Please call Wamplers at 659-3721 for all your trash, recycling, and scrap needs. Wamplers Disposal Service and Recycling, family owned since 1948. As Seeger turns it over, their first time with the ball here in the third.
Yeah, it looks like that first time down, Clinton Prairie just upping the pressure a little bit on the ball handlers, and that's going to be something to keep an eye on. We saw them kind of use that trap zone in the first half. Looks like they're going a little bit more, one-on-one, but higher pressure.
Crick at the controls. Not known for his three-point shooting, confident to let it fly, and he gets the home court bounce. Was 0 of 2 from distance tonight, but a nice 5-0 spurt here for the Gophers to start things in the third.
Yeah, and that's a great start here for Clinton Prairie, and again, gets the friendly bounce there, but something to keep an eye on. Can they continue to make some of those as they already cut it back to a 9-point lead?
Cooksey scooped the pass into Saltz, who missed the layup, and now the Gophers with an opportunity to score on their first 3 possessions coming out of the locker room at half. Trailed by 14 at the break, trailed by as many as 17 in the first. And can they make Seeger get out of this zone defense that they've been in the whole night, just like CP has?
Yeah, they've been very comfortable in this zone, and it's not a lazy zone, right? That's kind of the thought if you play a zone is, we can sit and kind of just zonally guard and be a little bit lazy. Not for Seeger. That first half we saw the active hands. We saw them getting into the passing lanes, denying the entry into the post. They need to keep that going here in the second half.
Patriots feel like they really need a basket here. They've come up empty. A turnover and a missed shot on their first one. There's Cooksey banging down low with Ewing, and he gets just what the doctor ordered.
Great work by Cooksey there. Goes up with a shot fake. Gets Ewing off of his feet. Could have gotten an and one there, but regardless, gets the easy 2.
Ewing does a good job of facilitating out in the middle of that zone. Unable to get the bounce this time was Crick, and here comes Seeger after the miss. Flying in, Saltz Hughes went soaring in, and the 5'7" Jamin Crick stood his ground and drew the charge.
And that's just great transition defense there by Crick. You see it's a 3-on-2. He's just waiting to see which side that Jake Saltz is going to dump it off to and gets himself set. It's a great charge taken.
Some backcourt pressure here from Seeger. Undeterred is CP, stepping into an open 3. Miller, and just misses that one. If you're Seeger, that's one of the few guys you want to leave that wide open from that distance. Saltz turns over Curtin with a soft touch.
Got a little baby hook shot there from Saltz in the paint.
After 5 to start, then a backdoor pick here from Cooksey. The crafty junior weaves his way in, no-look dish, banging down low. Tough one, falls off for Grimmett as Saltz couldn't take the ball away from Ewing.
A good heads-up play by Grimmett.
And Miller called for the travel. He took one extra step. He and his head coach, Chad Peckinpah, disagree vehemently.
That's a good run in transition. He gets out into, I think he does take one extra step there.
I think I had him down for 3. Was maybe just a little bit farther away than we thought was from the rim, and try to sneak a little extra. Yeah, try to sneak a little extra baby step in there. Hand check foul on Crick, the CP point guard.
And I think, it's just a cosm of not getting into your transition offense very often. You're not really in the rhythm of finding that lay-in.
Oh, nice move from Cooksey. Good passing, Hughes open, and another 3 as Mason Hughes has made 4 in a row from downtown.
That one was almost an NBA distance 3, too. I mean, all the way from the post, the dish out to Hughes, and man, can't leave him open anywhere.
Basket good on the other end for Clinton Prairie. They trail by 14. Saltz fouled out near midcourt by Crick. Saltz and Cole play catch. Smock comes out of the zone to apply pressure. Triple team, bounce out Salts. Curtin might have gotten a piece of that. Rebounded by Cooksey, who gets fouled on the shot attempt.
Yeah, again, it's a nice job trying to find Mason Hughes out there in the corner. It's a great closeout, though, by Clinton Prairie. I think they get a hand on it there with the block. But again, it's Seeger just not giving up on any ball, whether it hits the rim or not. They're going for every loose ball.
At Davis Comfort Solutions, we understand that your comfort is important. That's why our team of highly experienced technicians will strive to be your go-to when it comes to your home, shop, or business's heating and cooling needs. For more info on financing and special offers, visit us online at daviscomfortsolutions.com. Number 21, Logan Anderson, makes his first appearance here of the third quarter for Seeger. Cooksey misses both. Salt's got a hand on it. He and Miller go almost landing in that person's lap in row number 1. Was having a nice conversation, and then
I don't think they even noticed.
Then she looked over and goes, "Oh my gosh, there's somebody right over near me. Where did you come from, sir?"
Action.
She is now attentively watching the game and is no longer talking to her friends who are sitting behind her. Smock, right down Main Street, dump off to Ewing, trail block for Jack Cole.
Gosh, again, it's the high motor, right? There's not a play. You think he's in easy for the lane here because it's a great pass. But how about Jack Cole just rising up, doesn't make contact. It's an excellent clean block.
Baseline inbound, Miller puts it on the deck, weaves his way through and scoops and scores.
Good take by Miller there. They want to ride that, find some more easy points in the paint.
Pass deflected off of a couple of different guys. Stays here with Seeger. Tonight's game presented by JXN Stump Solutions. Tired of unsightly tree stumps ruining your yard? Let us take care of it. We've got the equipment and experience to get the job done right. We offer 3 tiers of service that will rejuvenate your yard, all at competitive, budget-friendly rates. Call 765-242-9523 today for a free estimate. JXN Stump Solutions, rooted in service, driven to remove. CP with the steal there as they try to cut into this 12-point hole. Biggest deficit for them was 17 back in the first half. Playing catch for Ewing, who's camping out in the lane, and there's a 3-second violation. You could hear the Seeger folks that were on the verge of probably just starting to count on their own. They thought it had expired so much.
Yeah, and that's, you can move the ball, but you've got to get some player rotation in there as well. Ewing just posting up there in the center. If he can create some space from his defender, I think he's got a better chance there. But a pure one-on-one post up there, maybe not the best option for Clinton Prairie.
Still a double-figure lead here for Seeger. Thinking about firing a deep one, was forward amongst the zone. Off-ball foul whistled here against, looks like Clinton Prairie. We'll wait for the number. That's on Smock, his second. Number 3 on the Gophers, making number 4 on the Gophers, excuse me.
Obviously, keep an eye on those fouls. Could play a bit of a factor if this game gets tight towards the end.
Lead has been double figures since since Seeger retook a double-figure lead at 30-19. Back in the second quarter early. Cross-court heave. Looking for help is Ford. Cooksey picks it up off the bounce. Salts to Cooksey, spins against the taller Curtin, but a bully ball move from Cooksey produces 2 points.
How good is Garrett Cooksey's footwork down there on the block? That pivot foot, he knows how to use his body to get around. And again, it makes you almost feel like it's too slow, but again, just that deep pivot into the defender, and he's able to go up for 2.
Ford kicked the ball into the Clinton Prairie student section as Seeger reestablishes that 14-point lead. Miller tried to walk into a 3. They lob it up to Curtin. 2 defenders collapse. Nice kick out. Miller, 3, no. And the soaring rebound is there for Ford. Nicely done by him.
That's a better idea there from Clinton Prairie. They get it into the post and then kick it back out for the open 3.
Anderson shoved on the take there from Curtin. Tonight's game is brought to you by the Frankfort Eagles, Post 976, serving our community since 1905. With over 900 members locally, the Frankfort Eagles offer something for everyone. For more information on who they are and what they do, please visit FOE.com or stop by 408 North Main Street. in Frankfort. Hughes back in here for Seeger. Second free throw for Anderson, good. He's up to 4 points. And one off. That biggest lead of the night are the Pats.
And you see Seeger here, and I almost call it like a light full court press, right? That they're not going to be straight up on you, but they're going to force you to really think about what pass you're about to make.
Crick lobs it in off the hand of Hunter Haynes, who came in during the timeout. Tonight's game presented by Laser Edge. Laser Edge Turf and Excavation keeps your property looking sharp and projects moving forward. From mowing and lawn fertilization to directional boring, trenching, excavation, we deliver precision and reliability every time. Cutting clean, digging deep, building strong. Foul against Hunter Haynes, his third. And more free throw work here for the Pats as they're in the bonus with 100 seconds remaining in our third stanza.
Yeah, already in the bonus here in the third quarter. And the way that Clinton Prairie wants to play defense, putting some of that pressure on, they're going to have to really be careful if they want to mount any sort of a comeback into this 16-point lead. Excuse me, 17 now.
Cooksey up to 7. One of 3 Pats with at least 7 points. And now the lead is the biggest it's been all night here at 18. 4 unanswered here for the Patriots. And then stealing the pass is Cole. Seeger didn't have numbers, so they wait for reinforcements. Ford Bluff, the 3. Cooksey, beautiful spin around Haynes. Couldn't spin it in. Trying to get his own miss, diving on the floor. Anderson found the hands of Hughes as Ford attacks. Extra step to greatness. Spun off the rim. Hunter Haynes falling for it. It kicked off his leg and then kicked off of Ford's out of bounds off the back wall.
You have to chuckle. How does Seeger end up with that ball there? It's just pure hustle on their part. They do not give up on a rebound until it's literally in the other hands.
Timeout for Clinton Prairie as they trail here by 18. That leaves them with 2 timeouts left on the night. Seeger has used just 1 of their 5 allotted timeouts here tonight. Seeger 1-1 overall. They continue to be road warriors. First 2 games of the year at Crawfordsville, at Lafayette Central Catholic. On the road tonight here at Clinton Prairie, and they have not batted an eye tonight, trying to get back above 500. Again, it was back and forth for a little bit there in that first half, but the key stretch of that first half, it was 16-15 Clinton Prairie. Patriots closed the first quarter on a 10-0 run. Lead dipped down to 8 or 9 points early in the second. Once it got back to double figures, it has been at least 10 or 11 for the entire time here so far in favor of Seeger.
Yeah, and that first quarter starting off with some hot shooting from both teams. You knew it wouldn't last, though. Mm-hmm. So at that point, really Clinton Prairie needed to get some sort of other offensive options going. They found some success here and there, but nothing really sustained against the Seeger defense that, constantly kind of shows you different looks, whether it's different pressure, a different zone. Sometimes they'll sink off and play a 2-1-2. Other times you see them full court, just that light pressure where they'll force you into the baseline, make that trap, and then, we saw in the last possession, they're reading your one option passing lane, and it's a quick steal going the other way.
Seeger has not attempted as many threes as they did in the first half. They've made 1 of 2, but that bumps their marksmanship tonight to 10 of 16 from 3-point range.
I think you'll take that every single night.
Clinton Prairie's made 7. Curtin tried to make it 8, could not. Saves his own miss, and we'll see if Seeger can push and get numbers as Curtin had a run back from the second row. Less than a minute to go here in the third that Seeger has dominated here. Lead up to the biggest it's been tonight at 18. Saltz was in the corner clapping for it, but Ford had his back to him. Ford attacks, finds a wide open. Oh, nice pass to the cutting Anderson from Grimmett.
And that's what Coach Pat Cole said they do best, making that one extra pass to make sure it is a very easy, high-quality lay-in for them.
Nice half-court trap. Prairie able to break it free. Hunter Haynes goes up and wins the challenge against Saltz, and he has a chance at an and one.
Well, if you're a Clinton Prairie fan, you've been waiting for that all night. They find the open man in the corner, finally break that little half-court press there. And it's Hunter Haynes that's able to go up, finish, and get to the line.
Haynes had 8 points against Frankfort in the opener before Thanksgiving, was held scoreless last night in the loss on this floor to Sheridan. Big night last night for CP here on the home floor for the home opener. Honored last year's state runner-up boys basketball team. And a spinning move from Saltz.
You know, he was in control. You almost want to call it a circus shot, but it wasn't. He was in control, knew where he was at the entire time.
Heaving it up before the horn and almost banking it in was Smock as he almost got the roll. But Clinton Prairie did not see how much time was left, and they go to the fourth down big here against Seeger on the ISC Sports Network.
Frankfort Eagles 976 has bingo every Wednesday night. Early birds beginning at 6 p.m. and regular bingo starting at 7 p.m. Packets are $25 and includes every game you need to play. They also have Saturday bingo the first Saturday of every month, with early birds starting at 4 p.m. and regular bingo starting at 5 p.m. Big game payouts each game with 3 to 4 chances to win different jackpot games each day. Great for individuals or groups because everyone enjoys winning lots of money. You must be 18 years or older to play.
The Willow Creek Barn has been voted the best of weddings on the Knot for 4 years running. The Willow Creek Barn has earned its reputation for a reason. With breathtaking grounds, a stunning barn, and a staff that goes above and beyond, making sure that every detail is perfect, your wedding day will be seamless, joyful, and unforgettable. From the first look to the last dance, your happily ever after starts here. To book your dream wedding, visit thewillowcreekbarn.com.
In our conversation earlier this week with Pat Cole, he was really confident with his bunch through his first 2 games. And again, they don't Grimmett, the only senior starter. He's actually the only senior on the the only senior on the roster for Seeger. But the spot-up shooters have been there tonight. With 3-point basket from Hughes. He's made 5 of 6 from distance. Dispinet's given him a couple of threes, his first 2 makes as a freshman. And then you get the dirty work from guys like Cooksey and Saltz and Grimmett as well. And Seeger's been playing right to the game plan tonight.
Yeah, and these are the types of teams that will go far. They'll go deep. The reason being, they're so balanced. You know, there's no one person that you can shut down the entire team. We've seen them play against the zone, obviously, tonight. They'll face some different challenges when you go up against a man-to-man or something, full court press, a little bit more pressure on your point guards. But they have played so composed against some of this trap defense that Clinton Prairie is showing.
Ewing slips it out to Jackson Miller and a big-time 3 to start things here in the fourth, and a gotta-have-it quarter for CP.
Yeah, and that's the freshman there. They leave him just a little bit of space, and you see there it's Jake Saltz collapsing in as he should, but then no one rotates out to cover Miller.
Zone pressing out far for Clinton Prairie. 35 seconds into the fourth. Starters back on the floor here for both teams. Cole. Saltz threw it into traffic, threw it behind him. There's the pesky Nick Ewing getting another defensive stop here for Clinton Prairie. Ewing in the middle of the zone trying to find a cutter, finds Smock over contact, no. Hunter Haynes put back, yes.
And they're starting to do what they didn't do all game, which is crash the boards offensively. I mean, Seeger has done a great job of rebounding over some of those taller Clinton Prairie players. And you see here, it's finally Hunter Haynes that goes up, gets a board, and puts it in.
6'5" senior getting his second field goal tonight. Timeout, a full one here for Seeger. Tonight's game presented in part by Healthy Communities of Clinton County. Healthy Communities of Clinton County offers free navigation services for all pregnant women. A licensed nurse is available to help you with free pregnancy tests and prenatal vitamins, insurance assistance, prenatal appointment assistance, smoking or vaping cessation, breastfeeding, labor, delivery, safe sleep, car seat, and newborn care education. Call Libby at 765-659-6063 for more information today. 5-0 run. Where did we hear that before? It was a 5-0 run for Clinton Prairie to start the third quarter, and then after a couple of no timeout called there in the third by Seeger, but they got a couple of baskets back-to-back, stemmed the tide, and were able to keep Clinton Prairie in more than an arm's distance away. If you're Seeger out of this timeout, you're still leading by 15 points. But the way that Clinton Prairie's starting to kind of build some momentum here, it feels like you got to get some sort of points out of this, whether it's whether it's anything in the run of play or from the free throw line.
Yeah, if I'm Coach Cole, I'm just telling my guys, hey, run our offense. Play the way that you play. Play how you're comfortable. Because for this Seeger team, what that is sharing the ball, and it's moving it around, and that's why they've had so much success against this Clinton Prairie defense. Is you'll usually see a skip pass and then a penetration and a kick out. They find the open player so easily.
Grimmett, baseline. Cooksey, kick out, 3, splash, Jack Cole. Third one of the night for him, 3 of 4 from range.
And that is just such an advantage for Seeger there to have a point guard that can knock down some of those open 3 shots. It gives you just another wrinkle that Clinton Prairie has to try and defend. And you see, you can't leave anyone open on this Seeger team.
Traveling violation against Clinton Prairie. Cole came in tonight just 2 of 6 from downtown, as we mentioned, 3 of 4 tonight from range. Last year as a sophomore was one of the better three-point shooters for Seeger, converting at 37% and knocking down 40. A lob to the big fella Grimmett. He throws it right back out to the feeder Salts, who fumbled with it. Cooksey's pass deflected by Smock. Look at the quick passing around the arc here from Seeger. Jack Cole wanted one from almost the logo. And thought better of it because I could think he could feel the stare coming from his head coach, Pat Cole, just off of his left shoulder. Salts dribbles into 4, floating back to the aforementioned Cole. Seeger, good read there from Ewing, who's just been hunting things in the middle of that CP zone tonight.
Yeah, this is just a perfect possession here for Seeger, moving the ball around, running that clock down. And that right now, they've got a nice little cushion, but they want to continue to move the ball and take high-quality shots in this fourth quarter.
Seeger exclusively working outside the arc, trying to take as much minutes off the clock as possible. Bad pass, Smock deflected and pirouetted and saved it back into Ewing. 18-point deficit for Clinton Prairie, trying to avoid dropping back-to-back games, both here at home. 3, long from Miller, or short from Miller, and out of bounds off the hands of Grimmett as the Seeger fans wanted it over the back.
Yeah, they probably could have had one. I mean, what a box out there by Peyton Grimmett. You see Haynes there has about 5 inches on him and still gets him pushed back out.
Smock rainbows in a 3 from the corner, 4 for him tonight. That's where all the scoring has come from. On the other end, a guiding layup is up and in here for Mason Hughes. 19 for the Hughes man.
He's having himself a day, I tell you what.
Game high 19, this one from 2-point range. He's done most of his damage from beyond the arc tonight. Answering Smock, and now we're starting to see the first quarter replay itself, where the two teams combined for 4 straight trips have made threes. So far, we're 3 of 3.
Yeah, 2 in a row from Smock. He's heating up a little bit. Can he keep it going?
Hughes is open if Seeger could get it to him. Instead, they go it on the opposite side with Salts. Almost a dangerous pass. As Hughes goes cross-court to Salts, almost threw it into the second row. Dangerous pass. Cole ripping it away. Hughes wanted it, but there came out the big fella Hunter Haynes to deny. You can see Seeger head coach Pat Cole at the bottom of your screen waving everybody back. Don't try to burn more clock. Jack Cole 3 could not make it 4 in a row as it goes up and off the basket support.
Now it's another good possession from Seeger, just bleeding that clock little by little. End up getting an uncontested 3 look from Jack Cole. But again, it's because every single one of these players for Seeger, it's a utility knife. They can do just about anything. Swiss Army knife players, they can handle the ball. They can pass the ball. We've seen, some 50-50 jump balls almost from some of these skip passes. Some of these Seeger players are just extremely versatile.
Ewing, point man in the middle of the zone. Crick, Ewing attacks, passes up a look. Haynes fouled, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Yeah, Coach Chad Peckinpah is going to wish that Hunter Haynes got that aggressive a little bit earlier on in the game. He's had the height advantage all night, obviously, at the block, but Clinton Prairie just unable to find some high-quality entry passes into the post. And, again, credit Seeger's defense for making it really difficult to do that.
Attention all engaged couples. Discover why the Willow Creek Barn has been voted the Knott's best of weddings for 4 years in a row. Nestled just outside Frankfort, Indiana, our venue offers stunning indoor and outdoor ceremony options with breathtaking photo opportunities. We provide the perfect backdrop for your dream barn wedding. To start planning your unforgettable day, visit thewillowcreekbarn.com. Haynes banked in the first, misses the second. All 5 of his points have come here in the second half. Ewing trying to turn the defensive heat as Clinton Prairie needs some steals. They need them quick. So we're just past the halfway point here of the fourth quarter. Hughes has been scorching out tonight for the Pats. Gets it here, fires a 3. There's his first miss in 4 tries.
I guess he is human.
Now a paltry 5 of 7 from 3 is There's Mason Hughes tonight. Behind the back save to Cole, try to deflect it off of Smock. Races the other end, and he used that offhand and chucks Cole free. And that's a foul on Smock, who now has some words for Garrett Cooksey.
Yeah, it's a attempt on the save here, and then, yep, just that left hand extends out a little bit. I don't think it's too egregious there, but it's definitely an offensive foul. But, yeah, a little bit of frustration there for Clinton Prairie coming out, and Garrett Cooksey just points at the scoreboard.
Hughes operating, lobs it, nice backside find, and Logan Anderson able to guide it in.
Again, just a high IQ there from Seeger, finding the open man cross court and just taking advantage of any lapse that Clinton Prairie has defensively.
Miller was open for a moment. Now to Smock. Long 3 contested. Off the heel. Hughes able to read it. Haynes trying to turn and save it around Hughes, who fell down, and the ball bounced into the good seats. Well, actually going to say it. Oh, they're going to say it went off of Hughes. Seeger beside themselves.
I do not blame them. I think Hunter Haynes is lucky not to get a foul kind of going for that loose ball there. I think he used Hughes' head a little bit as a elevation tool.
Haynes calls for it, gets it, goes right through the chest of Anderson, and there's an offensive foul on Hunter Haynes.
Yeah, definitely just some frustration here, sending it in now for the Gophers. It's a good pass to Haynes in the post. Yeah, I mean, he's got position there, and again, just a little bit of frustration, a little bit aggressive in with lowering the shoulder. And that's a position where Hunter Haynes can finish without doing that. So, again, I just chalk that up to some frustration on the night.
Cooksey dished off to Anderson, trailing the play with Smock, who intercepted. Final 2 minutes of play here in the fourth quarter. Seeger trying to go for the back tap, and they get called for the reach-in foul. Foul on Cooksey is first. Tonight's game presented by the South Fork Restaurant. Dine in or carry out. The South Fork Restaurant is known for daily lunch and dinner specials, fresh, never frozen whole catfish, hand-battered tenderloins that are as big as your head, and award-winning onion rings. The kitchen is open Monday through Saturday from 11 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. Come join us at 105 South Glick Street in Mulberry, Indiana, or visit southforkpub.com for our latest menu options. Our director, Elijah Mash, had the full tenderloin last night, and it was the longest and biggest tenderloin I've seen in my entire lifetime.
I almost made my way over there between games this afternoon, but
I heard they had a table reserved for you. I heard they had the finest table for Kristen Hazley available.
I missed a tenderloin bigger than my head.
You did.
Mistakes have been made.
Depending on the night, we sometimes call that the Brady Laurie table. Sometimes, depending on who I'm working with, it changes.
Fair enough.
But they said tonight they had your name, they had everything laid out, and there's just there's dust collecting on the placemat right now.
Man, well, might have to spend another extra couple hours in Mulberry then.
I think that's the plan. If you want to go see our friends at South Fork, they're waiting for you. Saltz was waiting for the pass, and he put it in off the window.
Yeah, and Coach Pat Cole is going to be really happy with this performance from his Patriots. You know, we touch on it again, talking to him earlier on in the week, and very confident and just happy with how his team is playing, how they're trending. He loves the identity of this team, that they love to share the ball, they're balanced. And to me, I think one thing is the composure that we've seen from Seeger. You know, Clinton Prairie is a good defensive team. They put on some high pressure. You know, last year turned over this team over 30 times in this game. And so for them to kind of bounce back this year and do it in this way, taking care of the ball, it's a highlight performance here for the Seeger Patriots.
Key stretch of the game back there in the first quarter. It was 16-15 Clinton Prairie. They had ripped off 6 in a row. And the Seeger Patriots closed the first quarter on a 10-0 run to go up by 10. And they did not go up by 9, They did not look back after building that 10-point lead in the second quarter. Nick Ewing on the basket. Foul there from Xavier Dean. Again, it was 16-15 Clinton Prairie. 10-0 close by the Patriots. They got down to 9 at 28-19. A 2-pointer from Seeger put them up by 11, and it's been double figures ever since here for the Patriots. Big lead of the night was at 20 heading in to the fourth quarter. Saltz cuts down the lane, gets fouled, and gets the bucket.
And one there for Saltz, and it's just a perfect example of what they've done all night. They move the ball. They've made Clinton Prairie stretch. They made them hustle. And those cuts, you know, we've seen it from Saltz. We've seen it from Cooksey all night, cutting through the paint. And when they're open, Seeger's been able to find them for those easy lay-ins.
Saltz with 8 of his 13 here after halftime. Short free throw as they'll hear it from the Clinton Prairie students. So Seeger's going to pick up back-to-back wins after dropping their first of the year. Inverse here for Clinton Prairie as Haynes will get some more free throw work here tonight.
I really thought we would see Clinton Prairie get out into their transition offense a little bit more, but, you know, I really think the main reason they couldn't is because Seeger was scoring so much. You know, you obviously can't transition off of a make. You can go quickly, but credit Seeger for just taking care of the ball, scoring the ball, obviously, but they've limited what Clinton Prairie does best, which, you know, it's tough defense, it's scoring fast and scoring in transition, and they weren't able to get any of that this evening.
Haynes cannot convert on either. Good hustle from Ewing, saving it in the corner for the Gophers. Popping open for a 3 is Smock, and he'll swish it home. 18 for Evan Smock. Foul on Ewing in the backcourt, and that's number 5 on the Gophers.
Yeah, you see just a nice pop out there by Smock. No one goes with him. He's able to take advantage there and drain the 3, but then the quick foul will send Seeger back to the free throw line.
5th one of the quarter for Clinton Prairie, so with 14 9/10. Bonus time for Seeger at the stripe. This will even the all-time series in the last 40 years at 12 wins apiece. Wave off the first attempt because Salt stepped across the line, so he'll have just 1 free throw here.
I think you would call that an even matchup.
12-12. Look at you putting that school formerly known as IUPUI education to a test.
All those remedial summer math courses.
One final possession here from Clinton Prairie tonight. Smock trying to add to his 18 points. He misses that one. Top point man tonight for the Gophers with 18. Game lead belongs to Mason Hughes, who had 19 points. One of 2 double-figure men for Seeger tonight, but they had 6 players score at least 6 points. They had 5 eclipse 8. An all-around Patriot effort tonight as they win tonight by 14 here over Clinton Prairie. We'll take a break and come back with our post-game show next. You're watching Indiana High School basketball here on the ISC Sports Network.
Healthy Communities of Clinton County is committed to reduce the risk factors contributing to chronic disease, including health disparities by decreasing stigma and encouraging positive changes. HCCC is here for the community with systems of care navigators, insurance assistance, prenatal classes, mental health programs, substance use prevention, and more. To help make the healthy choice the easy choice, contact us at 659-6063 or through our website, healthyclintoncounty.org.
At Mulberry Telecommunications, it doesn't matter whether you play from home, learn from home, or work from home. We have you covered with fiber-fast internet. Whether you video chat to stay connected with friends and family, or operate a small business, you can do so with the reliability that Mulberry Telecommunications fiber internet provides. From streaming video to regular web surfing, the possibilities really are endless. And that's a reason for all of us to celebrate. Packages start at just $49.95. Visit mintel.net to sign up today.
Back here at Clinton Prairie High School, post-game show presented by the Willow Creek Barn, where nature's beauty meets rustic elegance. And tonight it was Seeger coming away with a 67-53 win here over number 3 Clinton Prairie, as the Gophers have dropped 2 in a row. Seeger has won 2 in a row. Kristen, what did you like about the Seeger performance this evening?
It was so well-rounded. It was balanced. You know, they forced Clinton Prairie into some uncharacteristic turnovers for the Gophers, and credit their smart defense, their high basketball IQ. When they had the ball, they took care of it, and they didn't let the taller Gophers bully them off the glass. And to me, that was a big difference in terms of momentum and in terms of confidence for the Seeger Patriots.
Tonight's post-game show presented by the Willow Creek Barn, where nature's beauty meets rustic elegance. Our player of the game, the top scorer tonight with 19 points, Mason Hughes. And it's presented to you tonight by the Frankfort Eagles. Mason had 14 of his game-high 19 in the first half. He made 4 straight threes at one point, spanning the 2 halves. He finished the night 5 of 7 from downtown.
Yeah, and Mason Hughes easily put on a shooting clinic on his own this evening. And I tell you what, when Seeger plays the offense like they do, they move the ball around and find the open shooters. That's all that's left to do is knock down the shot. And Mason Hughes made it his night tonight, shooting at an incredibly high clip. You couldn't leave him open with even a millisecond of space. He was getting a shot off, and they were going in.
That was one of the things that head coach Pat Cole told us. He was really confident with the way that some of his guys have been shooting as of late. Kind of told us, hey, the percentages might not be there 2 games in, but I know what some of our guys can do, and mainly in a guy like in Hughes. He also mentioned, you know, Peyton Ford did not attempt a 3 tonight, but got a couple, was kind of creating some things. But then he get the 2 threes from the freshman Reed Dispinet and a couple other big baskets, as well as it was a really nice shooting night here for Seeger.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about Jack Cole, the point guard, you know, being able to handle the ball pressure, also carry the ball at the court, but then he knocked down 3 threes of his own as well. So that's just a big part of the Seeger offense is when you get those open shots, and a lot of times they are from three-point land, can you knock them down and take advantage? And, hey, they did that very well this evening.
Seeger was 11 of 19 from three-point range tonight. On the other side for Clinton Prairie, Evan Smock with a team-high 18 points, and Nick Curtin finished with 12. Again, the big stretch of the game, that 10-0 run to end the first quarter for Seeger. They had the lead cut back to single digits early in the second. They pushed it to 10 at 30-19. Never looked back and had the biggest lead of 20 heading into the fourth. Tonight they win by 14, 67-53. Tonight's game has been brought to you in parts by the Day and Genda Funeral Home, putting family first. Healthy Communities of Clinton County, making the healthy choice the easy choice. Mulberry Telecommunications, your local hometown fiber provider. The Frankfort Eagles Post 976, people helping people. And the Willow Creek Barn, providing a picturesque setting for the barn wedding of your dreams. For everyone here on the ISC Sports Network, for my analyst Kristen Hazley, my name is Rick Johnston, saying so long from Clinton Prairie High School, where tonight it was Seeger defeating the Gophers 67-53. This has been a presentation of Indiana High School basketball on the ISC Sports Network.
Some see a volleyball match. We see a student athlete learning how to be poised under pressure. Some see a high school football stadium. We see the one place where the whole community comes